Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Welcome to the live stream. We're talking about the 1 in 11 superstars, and we got to talk about them. I had to go live because there's a lot of hypocritical things going on. I'm going to use all the wrong words. There's a lot of hippopotamus things going on now in the media. I set us up for this. I warned my constituents, the BWBs. I warned us. I knew this time was coming. So I had to go live because I didn't want to spend all night trying to edit. So I said, let me go live. Let me talk to my people live. Let them get to feel my energy. Let them get to see me spaz on some of the hypocrisy that's going on. Let me calm down because we're just getting started. So if you are here and you're watching this on the restream, I want you to understand that we are talking about the hypocritical things that are going on in college football right now as it pertains to Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes football team. Things that I've warned us about are now happening in real time for us to see. I told you I was the decoder, and I told you guys that I'm going to call out the media. I'm going to call out the buffoonery that's going on in the industry. That's what I do here. To warn you guys that it's happening and it's going to happen. Coach Prime is not going to get a fair shake on nothing that goes on in the industry. I just started and I'm spazzing already. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing, man? We're 2 seconds in. I'm already heated, man. There's too much going on, and I didn't want to be spending all night editing. So I said, let me go live with my people. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're not having it, Sean. We're not having it. Not today. We ain't having it. The hypocrisy is too much is going on. So we're talking about the 1 in 11 team, the 52 players that jumped into the transfer portal. And I don't have a real agenda. If I do have one, I want to give you one right now. I'm going to spaz on the industry right now. That is the agenda. I came on here purely to spaz. And when I'm done spazzing, I'm going to say, have a great night. And I'm going to be gone off the stream and go back to my business of making videos. But the kind of spazzing that I want to do right here, guys, I could not do it in the video because I feel like when I start editing, I got to leave some things out to make the video shorter. But there's no way that I wanted you guys to get this in a video because you don't get to feel and hear in real time my spazzations. The craziness is going on, and I predicted this, and I knew it was coming. I'm always telling my people, y'all watch out. Watch out for these people. Watch out for that person. All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Harry B., and welcome to the TLP Sports Club. There's a lot going on in college football right now. We had our spring game on April the 22nd. I was there, and I showed you guys some of the footage. I also showed you guys what happens on the streets, what people are talking about, also the tailgate. And did you see little Leah? Did you see little Leah? She worked on a message for the CU Buffs. She's like, go Buffs, you got this. Go CU, you got this. Lord, I pray that Coach Prime gets that message. Because young little Leah, she's a young fan. This is how they start. Because when I interviewed a lot of those people that I interviewed at that tailgate, a lot of them were saying that they were introduced to CU football when they were like 10 years old. Some were 9 years old. They said it on the interview. Little Leah is like, I don't think she's clearing 3 or 4. I don't know. But it was such a beautiful message. And we almost didn't get it. Everything was happening so fast. I should have just set it up and just be like, okay, Leah, hold on, young miss. Wait a minute. Let me set this camera up. But everything was going so fast. We just got what we were able to get. But I hope you guys are enjoying the interviews, the street interviews, the tailgate. You guys respond with your positive response. But today I'm here to let you guys know that there is some strong hypocrisy going on in the now industry. You guys understand that we had a 1-11 team, which was led by Coach Carl James Durrell. Mid-season, he got fired because they were not doing so well. They were getting beat by like over 25 points, like straight up. So they fired him. And then there was an interim coach. If you guys know the interim coach name, I know his name, but I forget right now because, like, just like when I'm out there, there's too much on my mind, so I can't remember the interim coach name. As soon as you drop it in the tweet in the comments, I will remember. He was fired. So the coach Carl was fired. Coach Carl James Durrell, his son is still working with Coach Prime. He's still in the building. We don't disrespect nobody. We're not disrespecting the kids that are leaving, and we're definitely not going to disrespect Coach Carl James Durrell. Okay? Things happen. We're going to leave that alone. But the hypocrisy that I want to call out today is the fact that all of the writers, guys, all of the writers wrote these kids off. If you read some of the stuff that they were writing about these kids, it's atrocious, horrendous stuff. They're the worst football team ever. Ever. They didn't even write anything good about the kids that were good on that bad team. Nothing good. You can't find nothing good. He's a hater. Well, he's not a hater. Don't say that, big LT. Because, I mean, you got to understand that sometimes when there's a lot of coal being heaped on you, the fire's on you, you're going to say some things. I cannot say he's a hater. I don't know the guy. I have not interviewed him. And I don't know that he's a hater. So I don't want to levy that yet. I need more meat on the bone if you understand what I do here on this channel. We need meat on the bone before we start throwing words out. Because we can't just loosely throw haters out. Not everybody's a hater because they say something negative or they say something that is not favorable to you. That's not necessarily what a hater is. It is okay for people to have difference of opinions. I am all about difference of opinions. That's why I'm in this college football space, because a lot of people think their team is the best teams and we can go at it all day. I wish I could get a detractor in here today. Come at me today because I'm ready, baby. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is they had nothing great to write about the teams. They had nothing great to write about these kids, these 1-11 kids. Remember, this stunk up the place. Remember this. Okay? They were the worst team ever. When these writers go to town and they start clacking on their keyboards, guess what's happening? They're writing words that's going to get people to read these things. And they were not writing nothing favorable about these children, about these kids. Remember, they're in college, guys. Okay? I'm saying kids because I'm like way late 40s with the nice dad bod, okay? So these are kids. I remember when I was in college, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure my way out. I'm going to have to calm down to do this because I can't be on number 10 when we just starting out. We can't start the stream here, okay? If I'm going to lose my breath, okay? I started working out already. And I promise you guys, I'm getting in shape now. My wife got me out. I'm working out now. So let me not lose my breath, though. You got to pace yourself. But they had nothing great to write about these kids. But you want to know what's going on right now in the industry? Now that these kids have jumped into this transfer portal, do you want to know what's going on? Do you want to know the videos that people are making? Do you want to know what the writers are writing now? You guys seen the last video I put up, right? The HyPoCRISy video. I didn't think I had to do a follow-up to the HyPoCRISy video. I didn't know I was going to have to do a live for the HyPoCRISy video. But there's a lot of bull junkie going on right now in the industry. Everybody's, yeah, Deion is coming. He's going to change everything. Then Deion changes everything. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's changing everything. What? He told you he was coming with Louis. He told you he was doing this. Why are we so up in the, how in the world are we interviewing Rick George to ask him how do people feel? How in the world are we asking Rick George, how do you feel about what Coach Prime is doing? Coach Prime is not the only coach doing that. Coach Prime is not the only one. He ain't the only team where 50 plus kids have left. Y'all understand that? I'm telling you, Coach Prime is not the only one. But for some reason, when Coach Prime is doing this, everything he does it goes to the stratosphere. So I want to point this out to you guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to need somebody to read the comments, and then somebody let me know. I don't have a moderator, but I can't keep up with the comment and spaz at the same time. So if you guys are talking to me and there's something I need to respond to, somebody let me know. Be like, yo, Harry B, respond. And then let me know what I need to respond to. Then I'll read it. But I want you guys to know, Coach Prime is never going to get a fair shake in any of this. You have to understand this. Let's make sure that we clock this right now. I want to put some things on the record, guys. So, okay. Number one, put this on the record. We are playing in the worst conference there is. Okay? Put that on the record, somebody. The reason why I said we are playing in the worst conference, not because we're playing in the worst conference, because of the detractors. When we win, I'm going to use the word win, not if. I'm making sure that I am very clear about the word if and when. When we start to win in the Pac-12 will be the worst conference in all of college football. Put that on the record for the detractors. He also now has the fastest offense in all of college football. No, it's not. It's the worst offense in all of college football. It don't matter for us, okay? A day with CEO. It don't matter for us, okay? We can fact these people in the comments, and it would not matter an iota, okay? If you're into current cryptocurrency, make sure you don't put your money on iota, because it would not matter, okay? That is not no financial advice, YouTube. I'm not making financial advice. That was a joke or whatever it was. So it's a pun. I told you I'm working out now, right? I just been doing cardio. I don't know why I'm doing this like I've been lifting weights. I still got my youthful muscle in there. It's just being hidden by a lot of daddy stuff, okay? Follow me, guys. Listen. I need to stay on topic. Somebody help me to stay on topic, okay? Colorado is the worst. Thank you, Air Teeth. Let's go. Yes. Colorado is the worst. We're the worst. The reason why I keep spazzing that we are the king, we run college football, is because whatever we say goes. Whatever we say goes to the stratosphere. Anything from us, from our camp, goes to the stratosphere. Everybody's up in arms in what we're doing. They're here because they're not there. I had to go live to tell you guys this stuff because when I was recording it, it didn't land the same way because I feel like I need to have a town hall meeting with you guys. I need to go live more often. This editing stuff is really cramping my style because I feel like the people that need to be talked to, they need to be yelled at. Because you can't talk to them in a calm voice. You cannot have a civil, restful, peaceful conversation with these people. I don't understand it because only their facts matter. How is it that only your facts matter? What's the main thing here? Look, Montana lemonious-craig. Okay? He said more lives like LF. Yes, I like LF. LF is a cool dude. I reached out. He was like, I just commented and he's pretty cool. He responded pretty nicely. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll be testing people. I'm like, I like your content, but I don't know if I should comment because people are going to say I'm stealing your content. I can't win in this space. This Dion space. I'm the villain. I don't get it. How did I become the villain? My goodness. Anyway. Okay. I came on here because I watched a video from Matt Be Great. In the video, he's one of these, creators who got over 200,000 subscribers. So he's pretty big. So when he puts stuff out, people listen, people watch. He's kind of neutral. He's not a bad guy. He's kind of neutral. But then I'm watching this video about, he says that Hugh Freeze is turning the table on Coach Prime. And he's taking Coach Prime's star wide receiver. And then in there somewhere, he mixed in there. He's like, is their defense great? No. I said, hold up, Matt. Hold the phone, Matt. Don't let me come get you. And I'll get that great off of you real quick, Matt. Stop playing with me, Matt. Matt, stop playing with me. Hold up, Matt. First of all, Matt, show me the video where Montana lemonious-craig was great. Okay? Tell me where you made the video when they win 1-11, where you plucked him out to be a star wide receiver. I will wait for a second. I can't wait that long because he's not here. Somebody tag Matt Be Great, please. I can't say he's clickbait. Clickbait is something different in our world. Clickbait is when you put something up and then you show something different. That's baiting somebody for something to do something different. He makes some good points, but the thing about it is, I need to see consistency, bruh. A lot of these creators make videos with the Coach Prime name and it gets more views. We all do it. I'm not waxing poetic that I'm better than nobody. I'm not. Okay, guys? You guys know me by now. Y'all know I'm truthful. I keep it real here. I don't hide nothing. But he's a star. So Hugh Freeze of Auburn, which is now being projected that Montana lemonious-craig, was it LMC? Is that how it go? MCL? What is it? MLC. Okay. I can't be doing these lives and I'm not ready, bro. So MLC is now a star wide receiver. I want to see the videos where he was a star wide receiver in these people's eyes because everybody was saying these kids stunk. So where are we now that they're all stars? Where is it? Where are the stars at? This is not a conversation against these kids. I want you to please hear me and hear me clearly, guys. I want these kids to win. I want them to win. They're going to go into different situations and they're going to go win. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is the hypocritical stuff is coming up. Now I'm reading everywhere that, Hugh Freeze is taking his star wide receiver and this person is going over there. He's gonna benefit their program. I'm like scratching my head like he's gonna go do what? Should I put up the newspapers and where you guys was writing all this bull junkie about these kids where they stuck up the place and you're still writing because all of the proclamations say we're not going to win because of the 1-11. Can I repeat that for you guys? Did you guys not see me come on here crying and saying, please let the 1-11 go? You guys remember me saying that, right? Let the 1-11 go, all you writers. Nobody wanted to let the 1-11 go, right? You guys remember that? Can somebody please tell me? Just tell me, yes, Harry, you're right. Please tell me that I'm saying something correct here, okay, guys? Y'all remember everybody writing and saying the 1-11, the reason why they were making their proclamations about the 1-11, the reason why they were grading us as low as they were grading us, even though Coach Prime was recruiting at the top, he had the top transfer class, even though he had Travis Hunter, even though he had Shador with his accurate arm that everybody's talking about, who's a Heisman hopeful, even though he has all of these pieces, Jimmy Horn Jr., who's one of the fastest wide receivers in all of college football, even though he's got Cormani McClain, all of these high prospects, we were still being graded based on the 1-11. So I said that. Let's base it on that, right? We were saying 3-4 games because of the 1-11. Is that right? Am I right or am I wrong? Somebody tell me. So if all of the proclamations were based on the stinky 1 and 11, then how are they the stars now? How are they stars now? Where are we getting this? What happened? They're on Coach Prime's team. We can't count them. Do you even see me mention any of the names? Did you see me mention any of the names in all of the people that I listed just now? None of their names were in that list. But they're leaving now. They're gone now. But now they're star wide receiver. Now they're star tight end. Now they're ranking number 2 on the PFF chart. Is anybody else out there losing their mind? I'm over here losing my mind, guys. I can't stand it. Now they're writing and they're calling these kids stars. Where? Why were you not calling them stars before? How is it that they were not stars before, but now they are? What? What is happening? Am I? Yo, I'm telling you, the goalpost is going to move when it comes to Coach Prime. Y'all put that on the record. Remember, worst conference ever. Colorado, the worst team ever. The goalpost is. You know what, guys? Smash the like button if you're in this. If you're in here, smash the like button. Let's get this to more people. Let's get this thing to more people because I can't spaz in front of a little crowd. I need a big crowd to spaz in front of because people need to understand that what we're doing here is not little work. We're not doing this two, 3 times. I only get to spaz once a week. When it comes to what's the hypocrisy that's going on, smash the like button, share the daggone stream, and let's go ahead and set the record straight right now. Let's set the record straight. Because we're not going to deal with the hypocrisy all the time. I didn't even, listen, man, I was just like, I'm going live. I don't care. I'm going live. Let's go live. I'm getting ready to record my video. I'm like, but I can't, what in the world am I going to say? How can I put this? Somebody in one of the comments on one of the videos says that one of the best quarterbacks in the Pac-12 came in and did something. I said, oh, in my African thing, oh, one of the best quarterbacks in the Pac-12. Oh, You mean the worst Pac-12 or the Pac-12 that you're getting ready to, the Pac-12 that's going to be great when if Coach Prime loses? Remember, I want you guys to understand the when and the ifs and how I use them tonight. Keep me on track. If Coach Prime loses, then it's going to be the Pac-12 was going to beat their butts. When Coach Prime wins in the Pac-12 is the worst. We're getting ready for that argument. I want everybody to remember this stream right here. We're getting ready for the argument where we understand that the goalpost moves all the time for our people, for our guy. Our guys, the guys that their guy is always talking about. Remember that. We talk about Zico as well. Derek. Zico. Zico Suave. Yeah, Zico Suave just tweeted. He's number 2 now on the PFF chart. Yeah, that's what I made a whole video. I dedicated a whole video for that. On that. What we talking about? This right here. You guys remember this. I don't know how to share on my screen yet. So look, he's number 2. Number 2. On the PFF college charts, the grade, the tight end grade, the highest graded returning tight ends, 2023. The highest graded returning tight ends in 2023. Georgia's tight end, Brock Bowers, number 1, 90. Sadu Traore, 89.6. He might as well be a 90. Number 2, But not just too long ago, 3 months prior to that list, he was number 10 because he was on Coach Prime's team. Coach Prime is not going to get a fair shake. I don't know what the intentions are. I don't know who has an agenda, a secret agenda that he doesn't win. But we here know that Coach Prime is going to whip and spank some natural behinds. We know that, okay? We're going to win the Pac-12. I'm on record saying we're going to win the Pac-12, okay? I want you to understand that, okay? I'm going to play something from Bruce Lee, and I want you to hear this. And I'm going to make a comment on that. I'm responding. I'm using fair use. YouTube, I have to make this announcement. YouTube, I am using fair use to play this clip. So you don't have to flag me. I'm responding to this clip. Because the hypocrisy is way too much, and we have to understand something here. At the end of the day, Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime, the one we love and we follow, we support, he ain't gonna get no fair shake. And y'all have to understand that. He's not getting no fair shake at all. Okay? But I don't know that he cares about getting a fair shake. All he has to do is win. All he has to do is win. I'm trying to find this clip. I can't find the clip. I'll tell you about the clip. When you are trying to accept a winning mentality, you also have to not accept a losing mentality. I'm paraphrasing. This is how it works in the mind of Coach Prime. It has to be the yin or the yin. When you are accepting a winning mentality, you have to decline a losing mentality. You have to set aside a losing mentality. So at the end of the day, it's not about the kids that are leaving, whether they are good football players or not. It's about the mentality. Not that they can't win somewhere else. It just means that his mentality that he's looking for, they don't have for him. But the fact that all of these writers are now all up in arms, and Rick George has to now defend Coach Prime's position, where's the hypocrisy coming from? All of the kids stink, and you're going to only win 3 games, even with all of the additions that we're adding. They didn't have a Cormani McLean before. They did not have a Jamie Horn before. They didn't have a number 1 class. They didn't have a 5-star cornerback before. They didn't have a Shador Sanders before, guys. I'm not even naming them. Even with all of our additions, we were not winning, clearing 3 to 4 games on a lot of the proclamations that were being made by these top writers. So, all of the kids that you said were not going to be any good and were only going to give us 3 to 4 wins, they're out of here. Wouldn't that call for a celebration in the writing world? Somebody please help me to live chat this thing. Y'all help me out here. If you're writing that this place stinks and somebody comes in and clean out the trash, not calling these kids trash, but once you clean out the place, would that not be like something you write favorably about? Would you then turn around and say, why did he clean the place so well? Did y'all hear what I just said? Why did you're writing and you're upset about the fact that he's cleaning up the place that you said stunk? You said the place stunk, so he came and cleaned. How many of you guys hire cleaners, professional cleaners, to come and clean your place? You're a busy professional. You're going like 24/7 basically. Your place got all kinds of stuff all over the place. You hire the professional cleanup to come and clean up the place, and they come and they say, "Oh, I'm the best in the business. I'm the best cleaner upper person in the business, and I don't even charge that much. I'm only going to charge you $5 million." Where other coaches are making way more than I will. I'm gonna clean this place so well, but I'm gonna charge you less. They come and clean your place, and here you come. You're smelling potpourri. You're smelling. I'm wearing blue Chanel, by the way. I gotta let y'all know I'm wearing some blue Chanel. When I do these lives, when I do my videos, I gotta smell expensive. So I wear expensive cologne. I only wear expensive cologne. Everything else is cheap. This is all fake, but my cologne gotta be expensive. So you come and you start smelling blue Chanel all over the place. You're smelling good and you're feeling good. But will you get mad and say, well, why did you clean this place so well? Would you get mad and say, will you get mad at the person who cleaned the house and say, I don't understand why you did that? If my analogy is going over anybody's heads, let me reverse that. Let me put that into football terms so we can all understand this. All of the writers were writing about the place stinking up, right? They were all writing that the place stunk. We were going to lose all the games. Everybody's going to beat us. So with that mindset, then when somebody like Coach Brown comes in and take a pay cut, $5 million, that's not enough. We already know that. He signed the contract. It's okay. We're going to get more next year. If they don't rewrite that contract, I'm going to Boulder again. And we're going to have a talk with Rick George because the price just went up, bruh. The price went up. The second that we sold out the spring game, the price went up. No, the second that all of the hotels were sold out for that spring, the price went up. I can keep going, guys. The price went up when season tickets got sold. The price went up. So next year, I will be in Boulder standing on that campus like, where the money at? Stop playing with my camera and my microphones. I'm using my Yeti for the stream, but I still got this microphone. Don't play with me. I'm coming with the camera. Where the money at, Ricky? Ricky, where the money at? Pretty Ricky. Hey, Pretty Ricky, stop playing with me. Where Coach Brown's money at? Stop playing with me. Anyways, I'm off track. If the person comes in and clean house and took a pay cut to do it, you are not supposed to now go on a writing tour, an apology tour to say why you cleaned up the place because you guys didn't like what was here. Remember? You didn't like what was here. Am I right or am I wrong? You didn't like what was here. So why are you now writing that they're superstars? How are you now writing that he's cleaning house that you didn't like? You want your cake and you don't want to eat it too? I don't know what to say. What are you talking about? Where we at today? We're talking about the fact that everybody was writing and proclamating on the 1 and 11. They're no longer there. So now they don't have anything else to write. What they're going to be writing now is that the people that we thought was the worst players are now going to other programs. And guess what? They're going to now lift up that other program. How? But how? How? If they couldn't lift our program up based on your pen, then how is your pen still writing? How is your pen now writing that they're going to lift that other program up? How? What changed? What is the difference now? Tell me the difference that happened. You have to be able to tell me the difference or the thing that changed that now has you confident that they're going to be able to do what you said they couldn't do here. Do I make too much sense? Am I too simple? Okay, so guys, listen. My education is not great. So I have to simplify things for my brain to understand it. So I got to confess, okay? Because my education didn't start off too great, everything, the way that I learn, everything that I do now from now on, it's got to be simple for me. So maybe I think of things too simple. Somebody help me out in the comments. Maybe I'm too simple for. Maybe you're like, nah, Harry B. You're maybe you're just thinking a little. You're too logical for this. You're thinking way too logically for this. There's a little bit of complication when it comes to this here college football situation. But I'm like, well, I mean, I know that I don't have all the smarts in the world, but I mean, if this sucked last night, they would suck this morning, right? If this sucked last night, bro, like they didn't even have time to change their underwear. Like, how in the world are they good now? Like, the season didn't start. They're not jumping mid-season, having caught like 200 passes, and they're lighting up the scoreboards, and all of a sudden they're like, nah, I don't like coach no more. I'm leaving. That's not what we have here. I wonder if some of these kids were with Nick Saban, if some of these kids were with Matt Rule, how would we be responding? What would it be? Because I don't know what to say no more. Have you guys ever been like, you ever had a conversation with someone and you just got exhausted just trying to pound the same point over and over again? And you just like, I'm so tired of talking to you because I can't, it seems like you don't get it. How in the world are we here? How did we get here? How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. How do we get here? We're not supposed to be having this conversation. I want the kids to win. It don't sound like it, but I want them to win. Because, like Chris from Alpine Garage Sports says, we're all underdogs. We're all underdogs, guys. We want the underdog to win. The kids that are coming from other programs, it's the same thing. The kids that are leaving us, they have to come here and prove themselves. And they have to go there and prove themselves. Under the right leadership, under the right guidance, anybody can thrive, especially if their mind is up to par. Because you can take the best person, they can be great. Because I have some really great family members, but their mind is not up to par. So it's hard for them to win. But if your mind is up to par and you have good leadership, when you pair those two things together, success is usually right next door. Again, simple terms. I like to think things in simpler terms because I'm not the most educated person. So my education started real late, like 12 years old. I'm telling y'all no lie. My education, school-wise, started at 12 years old. Okay? And I went all the way up to master's. So I'm a beast. I know I'm a beast. I just didn't have the opportunities. But my brain thinks in simpler terms. If it's simple, if I slow it down, like Jackie Robinson was told in 42, the movie, when the reporter came or when he was talking to her manager or somebody in the movie, they said, listen, all of these questions, slow it down so that you can know how to, like, how you hit it, slow it down in your head, and it'll make sense to you. Okay? Because he was dealing with a lot of adversities. So slow it down. I have to slow this stuff down for me to understand it and make sense of it. But am I slowing it down too much? Am I slowing it down way too slow? Because we shouldn't be having this conversation. The conversation we're having is about the fact that a lot of these kids are now being called stars when they weren't being called stars while they were here with Coach Prime. So now that you're calling them stars, and now that they're going to be great contributors, you have to provide data that change the circumstances in order for it to pass the smell test with me. And it got to be that simple. Coach Prime is bringing in a lot of prospects. If you guys follow Twitter, I'll tell you a couple of people to follow. You need to follow Tony Casolo. Tony Casolo on Twitter. Follow him. Follow Athlon Sports on Twitter. I get notifications all day. These people they stay on the teams. They stay on everything, every second. Anything we get, they send a tweet. Boom. I get the notification. Okay, we're getting another player. The Florida to Boulder pipeline is hot. I'm getting that all day. Okay, we got who else we got? I'll tell y'all somebody else we just got. Utah DB transfer, Roderick Ward. Roderick Ward is on his way to Colorado Boulder. There's a lot of people that are coming. These obviously are not top kids either. They were in somebody's program under somebody else's leadership, and they decided whatever I'm getting here is not sufficient for the dreams that I have for my football career. So they're leaving. The same thing is happening with us. So it's a swinging door. Like I said in my last video, it's a revolving door. Under the right leadership, like Coach Prime's leadership, these kids can flourish. But I just want the writing to be equal. That's all I'm asking for. So if we're saying, oh, these kids were dead, if you wrote something about this kid while he was at somebody else's program, I wonder if that writing is going to stay the same. Or all the proclamations going to change again. Because if we're talking about people that are coming from Florida State, if we told any detractor that we could beat Florida State, they would drag us from here to Boulder, from New York to Boulder. Because we cannot be in the same class of Florida State. So if we get if we yanked 3 players from Florida State, and if our roster is made up of several players from Florida State, then can we beat them? The logic says no. The logic says, no. Because the people that are replacing them are better than those people that are leaving. Okay. What if the people that they are replacing them with are people that's coming from us? You know what the argument then turns into? The teams, the players that that's leaving us, they were bad before. No good. When they leave us and go to another team, that team instantly becomes better. So now if we play that same team, we're going to be projected to lose that game. Yo, I did not know that college football was like this. Why didn't somebody tell me? Why didn't y'all warn me? Y'all didn't tell me that college football, unless it's a Coach Prime thing, unless it's a Dion thing. I didn't know that college football was this weird. Because I'm like, okay, maybe this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to touch it in the beginning, to begin with. Because the same player, we're not even talking about a different player. You write about one player being really bad, he goes to another team, he's instantly good. So maybe it's a Dion thing. That's why it's hard to have arguments with people. Because he's instantly going to make that team better, but we were bad when he was with us. Okay, so what can I talk about anything? What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Because I can't tell you nothing. No matter which way I turn, it's bad. It's never going to work out for me. Never. I don't know how it works out. It's never going to work out for me. So how do you... Dude, when we were on the playground, guys, things... You can present your argument, you can yell out, and then when you were getting somebody, they started getting quiet, and you knew that you was bodying them. You can't body nobody in this college space when it comes to Colorado. You can't, because every time we say something, no, you suck. You can never beat them. But what is it based on, though? I thought it was based on players. I thought it was based on statistical analytical data. Our guy has 5. Your guy has 3. So how is he better than us? Because he's on that team. Oh, okay, but what does that mean? So if Travis Hunter was on that team, oh my God. Can you imagine if Matt Rule had a Travis Hunter? Can you imagine? Like, Nebraska is they're writing that Nebraska has a 70% chance of beating us. Nebraska has a 70% chance of beating us. I said, where? Show me the numbers. I said, show me the players. Matt Rule did what? Who's Matt Rule? He did what? Who the heck is Matt Rule? I don't care where he's from. What? And guess what? You can't tell me on the past. You cannot go off your past. Matt Rule is rebuilding. We're rebuilding. So where? Show me the numbers. Show me the analytical data that proves that Matt Rule is a 70% chance to beat us. Are you talking about Nebraska off the past? Then let's talk about the Nebraska that we beat 62-36 then. If we're going back that far, then let's go. Who's Matt Rule? Can somebody tell me who Matt Rule is? How did he become a football god? Where? Nonsense. I'm going to put on my Nigerian accent, and I'm not even Nigerian. Nonsense. Hey, where now? Where? Who is the guy now? What's the name he has now? The man that he has a past. You're grading him on his past now. Move from that, man. That does not make no sense now. That thing does not make no sense. The man has a past, and so does Coach Prime. Coach Prime has a past too now. His past is better than Matt Rule's past. So what are you telling me now? 5 different head coaches. Coach Matt Rule R is the NFL coaching failure. I mean, I know that much. Did he coach at Carolina or something? Wasn't he? Did he replace Rivera in Carolina? I'm from North Carolina, so I know that much. Like, come on. Where we at? Like, okay. So it's just like, okay, the argument is, let's pick anyone and just says, oh, they're going to whoop the skits off you. Okay? Or like somebody says in the comments, they're going to mollywop you all over the place. That's funny. If you say they're going to mollywop us, then that's funny. Then that's going to stand. That lands harder than anything else. Mollywop us. Say that again. You can just, because we're the punchlines. We're the punchline. We can be the punchline for anything. If you just say it loud enough, it lands. Right? Just say it loud enough. Just go write it everywhere. If 3 people are in an argument or in a conversation, a jousting match of sports, just tell the other person, turn to them and look at them and say, Colorado gonna get spanked. They don't even know what's coming. And the other person start laughing. Deion Sanders, this is his first year in the Power 5. He gonna get his butt whooped. All his people are just excited. They don't know what's coming for them. They're gonna start laughing. Lionel says, I'll be trying to tell people that a 1-11 Colorado last year is not Coach Prime's team. They're gone. So, I mean, they're gone. That's not Coach Prime. No, but it doesn't matter. Lionel. Did I say Lionel? Lionel. It don't matter. They don't care. You will write until your Twitter fingers go cramp. Okay? It don't matter. We've been crying this all day, but it doesn't matter to them. Nebraska is projected to win. There's 70% to beat us. But I want proof, though. I need the proof. The proof has to be in the pudding. The proof has to be in the recruiting. Do you guys know Nebraska? Anybody here on live? Do y'all know Nebraska? Who does Nebraska have? What is their quarterback rating? What is their cornerback ratings? How many 5 stars has Matt Rule recruited? We know that Nebraska is a football powerhouse. That's all they have over there in the cornfields is football. Okay, so they have to be. They're still recruiting off their past. Okay, Nebraska can recruit off their past. I believe the Georgia regime is new. I don't think that Georgia has been a powerhouse for that long. I think somebody commented and said this is new for Georgia. So I don't pick on Georgia. I ain't got nothing to pick on Georgia for. I mean, I don't. They wanted it. They want it. Okay, but ain't nobody talking about Georgia though. Everybody's talking about Colorado because of our guy. Our guy's the guy that everybody keeps talking about. So that's why we the king. I don't take nothing away from them. They should be getting this love right now. If I make a video about Georgia, nobody's gonna watch it. If I went on live, if I made a video and I started waxing about everybody, about the Georgia team, and I told you how bad them boys were, right? Them boys in the swamp, how bad they were, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna watch that video. I can make a video, put Coach Prime on it, and show my kids, and that shit would get like 3,000 views. Yo, you can't let these people get to you. Yo, but this is the game that we're playing. This is the game that we're playing. And listen, it's a fun match for me. See, that's what I said. My education is not great. I did well for myself, though. My dad did great for me, okay? You know, going to a master's degree at Bowie State University and going to a PWI all-white university, doing all of that, I came out pretty good. But I like facts. I like information. I love information. I'm bringing information to this space. I'm bringing information to the space because information has to kill the noise. When we're on record and we let these people know, when it starts happening, I want to see in real time the conversation switch. I want to see the conversation switch. And guess what we're doing? We're seeing the conversation switch. If your thing is bad now, wait till when we start winning. If your thing is getting bad now, if you think the writing is switching, the writing has been on the wall. If you think the writing is switching now, wait till Coach Prime starts winning, and you will start seeing how bad the Pac-12 is. And let me put something else on the record. The Pac-12 right now, the CU is trying to get out of the Pac-12 and go to the Big 12. I want y'all to understand that when Coach Prime starts to win, the Pac-12 is going to be the worst conference ever. Okay? And pay attention to the writing that's on the wall. The Pac-12 cannot secure a streaming deal. I'm putting this on record now, guys. For those of us nerds who have to eat the little data that's out there so that we can bring you some quality content. We have to read a lot. We have to go in the trenches, just like we're working on our trenches. We got to go in the trenches and find information. Like, I had to go deep into Twitter to find the information I made on that last video that's got, I believe, over 3,000 views by now. We gotta find data to bring to you guys. So I want you to understand the data that I got in my brain. I have a lot of data that I don't make video on because not every data is breaking news, okay? So some of the data I just have, and it helps me to be able to help you to bring information or to make a good video. I don't do a video on everything, okay? So, but the data that I'm trying to tell you, these writers are getting ready. Let me tell you something. The writing is on the wall. You guys don't see it maybe as much as I do because I read everything. I have to read everything to try to catch up. The writing is coming. They're setting it up. They are getting ready to change the narrative. You guys are seeing it change right now. The narrative is changing. Remember the 1 in 11 who were trash, now they're looking like superstars? It gets worse in a little bit. We only got a few more months before we start seeing some real action, some real numbers go on the stat board. When the W starts to register, the conversation is about to change. You guys have to be ready for this. Put everything on the record tonight, okay? I'm streaming from New York. Put it on Eastern time. If you're in Boulder, wherever you are, watching this stream, put this on the record. The conversation is about to change again. The conversation is changing right now because all of the writers wrote these kids off. Now the writers are writing these kids on again. Okay? The Pac-12 is trying to work out a deal Colorado is trying to work out a deal to leave the Pac-12. That conversation has been going on. I've been trying to weigh whether I should make a video about it. I'm like, is this enough for my people? Do they really care about the Pac-12, Big 12, and where we go in the conference? I've been reserving that video for a while. The conversation, things are not moving, but they're trying to. The Pac-12 has been trying to land a streaming deal for a while. I think like they've been trying to work out a streaming deal for so long. I don't know if Apple ever came to the table or the WB was on the table. So there's a lot going on with the Pac-12. Just keep in mind, the Pac-12 right now is being set up. All of the rigmarole that's going on with the Pac-12, Big 12, and Colorado not being able to, trying to leave the Pac-12. When Coach Prime starts to win, the narrative is going to be they're not in a good conference anyway. They're going to change that narrative. Let's see them play in the Big 12 in a real conference and see how that works out. Guys, I have to let you know real quick. BWB merch is available. I started spazzing, but BWB merch is available. I believe it's under this video. If you click under this video, somewhere on there, if you click on the description, BWB merch, hats, hoodies, shirts, they are available with spread shirt. I put the link in the description, so you can go and click on that and get your BWB gear. But right now, the only thing I'm selling is that we got to get rid of this smelly hypocrisy that's going on. Because God bless HBCUs. God bless HBCUs. Coach Prime says he was disappointed with how many HBCU players did not get drafted. It's a whole now thing. You got people going crazy, writing letters. If you don't understand why we are the king of college football, we can do a litmus test. I told y'all before, let your favorite creator go create a video and put his favorite coach on it, if it's not Coach Prime, and then do another video and put Coach Prime on it. That's why we're the king. I don't care if you like Matt Rule. I don't care if you like Hugh Freeze. I don't care if you like Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't care if you like Nick Saban. It doesn't matter. See Matt be great roasted by CU fans. So his new video, dog in Nebraska, clout view baiter. I don't understand. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'll process that once I get off of here because right now I'm too hot. I'm not roasting Matt be great. If you're suggesting I'm roasting Matt be great, nah. But what I'm trying to tell you is, at the end of the day, let the writing state the facts. If anybody can write the facts, just keep the writing on the facts. If somebody's great, let them be great. Let it not be that they're great under somebody else, but they're bad under another person. That's all I'm saying. If that's not fair, then why are we even doing this? What is your credibility based on? You got to build your credibility. What is your credibility built on? It's got to be built on something. I like to tell the truth, and I like to simplify things. And that's why some people like this channel, because I try to break things down. I really be doing it for myself, to tell you the truth. Because I have all this stuff I don't understand. So I try to make the videos in a way where I can understand it, because half of the stuff be going over my head. I'm like, what are they talking about? But I try to make my videos in a way where people can understand it, where I can understand it, and then y'all can understand it. So I'm glad that you guys get it. So if you guys rocking with me, then we're all the same. We're all kind of like, yeah, I mean, it goes over my head too. So, but thanks for breaking it down. But yeah, I try to break things down. And that's, at the end of the day, it has to be like that. It got to be simple for simple people to understand it. All right? But we're going to lose everything. We're going to lose. Oh, we're going to lose. Just say, Colorado, you're going to lose. And it becomes a big, great joke. And everybody can joke about it. But ain't no joking Coach Prime and what he's trying to do. The mentality is there. I can come in here and I can be confident that I like the mentality. I like the fact that we're going after people who are not afraid. Whenever you go to war with somebody who's not afraid, it's not that you're stronger than the person who you're going to go fight. It's that you're not afraid. When you go to war with somebody who's not afraid, it's not that you are stronger. I'm repeating, guys. It's not that you are stronger than the person you're going to go fight. It's the mere fact that you're not afraid of them. When you're not afraid of someone, it changes the dynamics. My son and myself, he's 15. I'm in my 40s, late 40s. We go to the gym at the workout place. And there are like 6 foot, 6'3", 6'4", 2 high school students who are like 6'3", 6'4", playing. And I come and I say, young men, who's the best person? I said, who's the best person? They're playing 3 on 2. I was like, what are y'all doing? They're like, oh no, they're way better. So I say, okay, who's the best person? They said, this guy. I said, that's the guy that I want. And then I tell him, I said, I'm about to lock you down. I give him the seatbelt signal. And I said, you might be 6'3", 6'4", and you might be one of the high school stars in New York, but I'm about to stop you. I'm about to lock you down. He didn't believe me. 2 minutes later, they're arguing with each other. I'm not afraid of nobody. I wasn't afraid of them. You may be 6'3" and you dunking, you doing everything you want to do. That's on you. That ain't on me. I trust in my abilities as an OG on this courts, okay? And I'm going to lock you down. And that's exactly what I did. And the other one called for me. He was like, he started arguing with his friend, and he said, yo, come. I said, okay. I said, are you sure? I said, are you sure you want this problem? He said, yes. I said, okay, let me catch my breath because I'm old. You know, my stomach is big. I'm going to get rid of it, but just let me catch my breath a little bit. And yes, he got the business. And his friend was laughing at him 2 seconds later. This is what Coach Prime is trying to do. Coach Prime understands that he has limited resources and limited time to accomplish his goals and to accomplish the things that he wants and needs to accomplish. Coach Prime is also not just doing it for himself. Coach Prime, if all my white people can close your ears for a second, Coach Prime is doing it for every black coach that didn't get the opportunity to get in the position that he's in. He's doing it for them. He knows that he has a lot of energy on him right now. So if he wins, he's under the impression that at least the door would be cracked wide open. That's a little insight. Okay, white people, you can open your ears again. Okay, so we got the black thing out the way. But Coach Prime ain't got no time to be wasting with kids who are afraid. Mr. Solomon, who was on the team with Coach McCartney, he said, well, Coach, listen, let's go to my hood and let's go get some of those dogs out of my hood. They're not afraid of Nebraska. Coach Prime is trying to get some kids who are not afraid. It's not that they're better than those kids. Coach Prime says, listen, I know football. I have the jackets and I have the Hall of Fame stuff. And I have the universe covering me to understand, to let you know that I know football. I just need you to understand that you are a dog. I need, when Travis Hunter is calling you out, I need you to be like, Negro, who you calling? Let's go right now. Let's race. That's what coach is saying. The message that he's preaching is loud and clear. He's looking for kids who are not afraid. Because we're going to, what he has in his head. Any of you Christians out there? Do you guys know the story about the group that was going to war? When it got, I'm so sorry. I'm pretending like I'm a Christian guy, and I don't know. I don't remember the person. Somebody who's Christian in here can type it in. But do you remember when the guy said he wants to go to war? He went to God. He said, "God, I need an army." And he said, "Listen, this is what you do. I need you to take 300 men to the river. Okay? Take 300 men to the river, and when you get there, watch them drink. And you will know who to go to battle with." If you guys remember that story, please somebody help me out because I cannot remember the name right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. God, please forgive me. I'm not representing you that great right now. But when the 300 men went to the river, some of them knelt down, put their weapons down, and they started drinking like dogs and drinking of the water. So many of them. And then God said, you see the ones that are kneeling down to drink the water with their weapons down? Those are the ones that need to jump into that transfer portal. Make sure the ones that are kneeling down to drink, make sure they jump into that transfer portal. They're not coming with you. Nah. The ones that have their weapon and they're taking their hand and still vigilant and drinking like this and still on watch, those are the ones you need to go to war with. Those are the ones that Coach Prime is looking for. He's looking for guys who are not going to get on their knees and get on all fours to drink when it's time to beat Nebraska, when it's time to beat TCU. We don't got time for dudes to be getting on their knees to drink. It's the fourth quarter and we down by 13 points. What you gonna do, homie? You a dog or what? What you gonna do? You afraid? Yes, they wrote everything about Nate Saban. Yes, they wrote everything about the Georgia. Yes, they wrote everything about TCU. But what you gonna do? Are you afraid of what? If I look into your eyes, are you ready or not? Coach Prime is not trying to go to war with some dudes that are gonna get on all fours and start drinking. He wants to go to war with some dogs who still got their weapons. So when the fourth quarter comes and it's like, I ain't afraid of you, bruh. I know we down. It's only 3 minutes left, and we're down by 13 points. But guess what? It ain't how you start. It's how you finish, homeboy. It's how you finish the game. So keep smiling. Guess you don't know what's coming. You don't know that Travis to Shador connection is coming. You don't even know what we just said in this huddle. You don't know what's coming. You keep smiling, and you keep thinking we're playing with you. When you go to war with a person that ain't afraid, if either you been to the hood, you know which guy to walk around with in the hood. You know which friend to go with in the hood. You know that you're leaving Jimmy home. Jimmy, nah, bruh. I'm about to go over here and go get me something from the hood, and you're not coming with me. Because I know when something go down, you'll be the first one to check out. I'm not going to the hood with you. Now, you stay over here. I'm not going to the hood with you. That's what coach is talking about. He's not saying he has elite football players. He's saying he has some dogs. And the football stuff is going to handle itself. He's going to teach them the football techniques. He's going to teach them all of the X's and O's. Guess what? We got 5 former head coaches on this team. 5 former head coaches. You think that we lack football schemes? Do you, by one iota of a brain cell, do you think with 5 former head football coaches that we lack football schemes? We don't lack football schemes. Coach Prime is aware of that. This is not about football schemes. Do you know that these coaches, when Coach Prime starts to win, these will be some of the best coaches that are talked about and will be getting NFL calls? Do you know that? These coaches are in their basement dreaming up their best NFL schemes for when they get that call next season. Probably mid-season when they start winning. NFL teams are going to be calling them saying, yo, I need you to come over here. Because the light is so bright over here, anything that happens over here, it gets magnified. Anything that happens over here gets magnified. Guys, please help me with the chat, because if you guys ask me anything and I'm not reading it, I don't want to be disrespectful. Okay, guys? Somebody please let me know. Be like, yo, Harry B, like type in all caps. Yo, Harry B, answer this. All right, please. But I want to let y'all know, when you have the light so bright on you, everybody around you is either going to feel really big or is going to either win really big. I'll give you an example. There's a kid that's playing on the Lakers team, and I believe his name is Reeves. If this kid is with LeBron James, his basketball IQ, if it's regular or if it's just okay or if it's better, it's going to be 5 times higher than anything else. If you take that same Reeves kid and put him on a regular team and he has that same IQ, it doesn't matter what he does. People are going to write about it. His percentages are going to be great. But guess what? He's right now, if he was to leave LeBron, he would be a starter somewhere else. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is how this stuff works. These 5 head coaches that are here with Coach Prime, they are in their basement and they're writing their schemes. They are writing their schematics. They're putting together their playbooks, getting ready for that NFL call. A lot of these coaches, just like we saw one of our coaches go to the Vikings, these coaches have aspirations of being in the NFL or having their own head coaching jobs at Power 5 schools. That's just how the game goes. So these coaches, in their free time, even though they're very busy with Coach Prime, but in their free time, I guarantee you that they have a playbook ready to go for their interview with other teams. And they will say, here, I'm saying this to let you know that we do not lack football, college football schematics to win games with any team. And I don't care what team, any team. We have people that are smart here, so smart that they can get jobs anywhere. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to prove it to you when we start winning. I will come back to you and I will say, I told you guys, this is what happens. How long you think Coach Sean Lewis is going to be here? Sean Lewis's days here are numbered. And let me be the one to tell you guys, his days here are numbered. The skill set is here. The skill set is here. So now, coach is like, you know what? I'm going to surround myself with these skill sets. Okay? I'm going to surround myself with these skill sets. But now, I need the dogs to be able to bark. Because if I go to war with somebody who's not afraid, then I know when the tough gets going, I know how tough people react when tough things come. I know what happens when these kids get hungry. I know what a hungry dog do. I know what hungry dogs do. Hungry dogs go eat. They go get food. Even if it has to be somebody else's food. Even if if the ball is in the air and their wide receiver is close, they will take that ball for the wide receiver and go score. That's what a dog does. Like, bruh, I'm hungry. If that's what I'm saying, like, bruh, when you go to war, you need to go to war with somebody who's not afraid. You don't necessarily need to go to war with the best person. You need to go to war with the person who's not afraid. Because even the best people sometimes get afraid. The fastest wide receivers get afraid sometimes. These kids watch other programs. They'll watch ESPN. They'll watch all of the football analysts. So when you keep hearing, oh my gosh, Georgia's good, Georgia's good, Georgia's good. Oh my gosh, Nick Saban, it gets in the mental capacity, it gets into the mental mainstream of these players. I can't find the words right now. It gets in there. And when they go on that field to go play these, oh my gosh, Nick Saban. When they get on the field with those people, something in their brain doesn't calculate. And guess what they start thinking? Oh man, they might beat us. But what Coach Prime is trying to do is get some dogs that not 1 second would a child on his team ever think that another guy is better than them, that another player can run faster than them, even if they're faster. Whatever you see on paper, it doesn't matter, bro. I can still beat you. Even if you beat me, I can still beat you. That's the dog that we're looking for. But it starts here. Gideon. Somebody said Gideon. Thank you. Big Dog Chico. I enjoy it. Yo, Big Dog Chico. B Slayton, Big Dog Chico. Wait, is that the same person? B Slayton, Big Dog Chico? What up? I appreciate you, man. I wish some of these writers would have an interview with me. I wish some of these people would sit down with me. Because it all takes logic. You may be smarter, you may have your pen, and you may be this big stature, but sit down with me for a second. Let's chat it up. Because what happens after a conversation with me, you will write different. You will have to write different. You don't have a conversation with me and you write the same way. It wouldn't make sense, because when I'm done talking with you and start breaking things down the way that you think it should be, or that way that you don't see it, you will understand. Because your credibility has to be more important. Your credibility has to be on the line. Every time you open your mouth or anytime you start writing, your credibility is on the line. So what you have to do is keep your credibility in check. Because it's just like celebrities. What you guys don't understand about celebrities, you being a star may not be a great thing in the beginning. If you be a star, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but you being a star can wreck you. You might want to be obscure for a little bit, because it's expensive being a star. It's very expensive being a star. You can't wear the same things when you go out. Okay? If you go out multiple times, you're going to have to wear something new every single time. Or you better start wearing black shirts like me. Okay? Blue jeans and black shirts, or blue jeans and white tees. And white tees get stains on it. So you got to be careful when you are a star wearing white tees. Because if you go to the restaurant, you eat a slice, and that New York slice, because you know how big the New York slices are, right? If you grab a New York slice and you chunk down on a New York slice, and that grease starts to drip down like the Philly cheesesteak, and it drips on your white tee, you're in trouble as a star. It's very expensive being a star to start with. Look, I'm telling you, guys, these writers, these people who are the gatekeepers. Oh, yeah, no, I know Big Dog Chico, but I thought that was him. I thought he was in here. Yeah, I think I commented on one of his things before. But yeah, so guys, this is, I don't know if you guys think of this like a war, right? This is a war. When you're in a war, or when you're in this type of thing, you need allies. Oh, he's here. What up? What up, Chico? What's going on with you? So, I am an ally with Coach Prime. He knows about BWB. His kids know about BWB. They know now because I was in Boulder and I let them know that we out here, we're supporting them. But I'm gonna get access to the students. I'm just making a proclamation. I need access in multiple ways than one. I need access. Because this is not whatever's going on right here, whatever's going on in the media and whatever's going on. I don't know that people get it, but I'm one that is going to speak on it. I'm going to speak every single time something happens. And I know when it's coming. I know what's coming. A lot of people, I know what's coming. And I want you guys to know that what's coming is unfair. What's coming is unfair. I can't speak on too many things, but what's coming is unfair. So the fans, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The fans, I just want to let you guys know, the fans on the ground in Boulder, they are rocking with Coach Prime. Like, they're rocking with Coach Prime in a way that you can't even imagine. So there's no he has to win now urgency. They don't care. A lot of the stuff that you guys get are going to come from the media. All right? The hypocrisy and all the hysteria, everything that's going on, the pressure that you may think that is there, it's in the media. It's created by the media. It's not created by the fans. But that's why I keep telling you guys, a lot of the stuff that we deal with are not from us. It's from the people who are writing. And everybody has an agenda. Some of these people are two-faced. They'll smile in your face, but behind closed doors, they're writing stuff against you. Some also, I'll put you guys onto this game. Some of these media companies, let me whisper to you guys so hey, I don't get my channel canceled. Some of these media companies are also CU supporters. And some of them, they plant fake stuff in the news to get a reaction. You guys heard that, right? I don't want to have to repeat it. Just understand that there's a lot of two-face in this industry. The same people that will come out publicly to say that they support you, some of them own some of these media companies, and there will be the same people that will be planting fake stories to get a reaction. Just hold that. What's coming is unfair. I just want to put that out there. I want to sprinkle that out there and leave it alone. What's coming is unfair. But I want you guys to know that there are, if the people who are reporting on Coach Prime, if they're really locked in, they will be ready to answer. Just know that I'm here. On here, I'll be ready to answer. When it comes, you will know that it's here. You would say Harry B was on it. And when it comes, I'll be here to answer. And I won't say anything about it. I'll just be here to answer, to let you know that it's here. And then I'll just talk about it. Because the games are going to start soon. The real stuff is going to start soon. Right now, we're trying to fill the roster. Right now, just a little bit of information. We're trying to fill up the roster. All of those kids left, we got to replace them. Right now, we're getting a lot of skill position players. We're getting safeties. We're getting we need tight ends, obviously. We got a few people in the trenches. We got a few big guys. So right now we're kind of replacing whoever left. Okay, but before you know it, summer will start, and then these kids will be back, and we'll be doing more videos on the new look buffs. Okay, because it's going to be a whole new look buff. Okay, everything's going to look new, and everything's going to look different. We're going to be talking about new kids. The transfer portal is now closed. So nobody can jump in, nobody can jump out. It's closed. Okay, that's that. They have 15 days to do their business. That's it. Okay, so it's not like, oh, they're gonna be jumping back into the transfer portal. We're not getting no more wave of kids jumping into the transfer portal. That's it. It's closed. You can still do business, I believe. You can still do your business in the transfer portal, but I don't think you can come in and go out. Whoever's in there now, it's like, when you go to a store, the store closes, but you can still do your shopping. You still have some time to do a little bit of shopping. Yes, we can still do our shopping. There are still some kids out there that haven't decided where they want to go yet, and it's going to happen. So you have MLC, who's going to be hopefully signing with. He said he's going to be signing with Auburn, with Hugh Freeze, and hopefully he succeeds. I want you guys to please lock in. Don't create no negative energy for the kids that are leaving. Okay, just look at it as if they were your kids. I know we're all here and we're trying to, we're supporting CU and we're doing all of these things and they're leaving and it feels bad for us. But no negative energy for the kids leaving. Just pretend they were your kid and they're in college. Okay, these are kids. These are not professionals. Okay, so just we all need to just relax and be like, time out, like chill, like please, because no bad energy for these kids. What I want these kids to win. I want them to win for sure. All right. And I don't want to speak negatively on them because at the end of the day, we're going to be interviewing some of these kids. We're going to talk to them. We're going to see them go to the NFL. Some of them are going to go there. You may meet some of these kids at some of these games and you want to still have a good relationship with these kids. And it's never a good thing when you already put bad blood out there and then you meet somebody, then it's like, oh, dang, it's kind of awkward. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to make sure that we keep the comments respectful because you never know. People crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might want to wish you harm because you said something. Oh, you a tough guy now, right? Yeah, you ain't so tough now. Like they come and sneak, Anyway. Life is too short. Ain't nobody got time. It's college football. Have fun. Have fun. Be competitive. Have fun. But keep it simple. We're going to be okay. I want to let the constituents know we are okay. Coach Prime and his team are working hard, and they're going to be okay. They got some scheduled stuff for some JUCO players, okay? Some junior college players. They got some scheduled stuff for some other kids that are not necessarily always in the pipeline of a Power 5. So they're trying to work it out in a way where they can give shine to some other kids that may not have been connected to a Power 5 program. Coach Prime is doing that. Okay. So I want to end with this. When it comes to junior college and it comes to HBCUs, I don't know how you guys feel out there, but the whole idea and the comment that Coach Prime said, hey, I'm ashamed that that HBCUs didn't get much of a look. Now, Stephen A. Smith went out there. He gave his thought. He's like, oh, I think it was misplaced and stuff like that. Oh, I believe that, he needed to get more education on it, understand that people just want to have good players. So there again is where I have issues with this type of stuff. Because when it boils down to everything, you're looking at something where the pipeline does not suggest that there are good players over there. HBCU players were looked upon in the last or in maybe NBA, the NFL draft last year or a year before. They got a couple of HBCU players. But in order for this HBCU thing to be on equal footing, it's like, okay, in my industry, in the movie industry, white people, close your ears. You have a cast of 5 people. That's called an ensemble, right? Okay. In an ensemble cast, out of 5 people, you want 1 colored person and 4 white people. Or the movie doesn't sell internationally. What if we had 4 black people or colored people and 1 white? Would the white community be okay with that? I like to simplify things for me to understand in my simple brain, okay? But don't call me simple. Okay. So, will you guys, white people, open your ears again? Because this is a question for y'all. Will white people be okay if we had an ensemble movie, like one of these Marvel movies? Will you guys be okay if there were 5 people in that cast? I'm not talking about the supporting roles. 5. But the 4 were colored and 1 was white. Will you guys be okay with that? Now, I said this to say this about HBCUs. If we have all of these HBCU players and all of these Power 5 and others, are you suggesting that there was only one HBCU player that had the skill level to be to be drafted in an NFL for the NFL contract? Really? So the pipeline from HBCU to NFL, the pipeline from Power 5 to NFL, we know that pipeline. That pipeline is much stronger from Power 5 to NFL than it is for HBCUs. HBCUs are a second thought. Let's put that on the record. When Coach Prime is saying, I'm ashamed, and then Stephen A. Smith, who I have questions about, okay, I'm not going to touch that, but when he says he needs to be more educated by whom? Educated on what? What are we talking about when we talk about education? What is it that he needs to be educated on? This is the same guy who has the jacket. We keep forgetting that this guy is one of the top guys, but he needs to be educated by a Stephen A. Smith. He's the one that needs education. He doesn't understand football like they understand football. The guy with the gold jacket needs the education. When he says, I need there to be a bigger eye on HBCUs when it comes to recruiting for the NFL, we're saying that he needs to be educated. The guy with the gold jacket. Because now he's too old and he forgot how college football recruiting works. Now he's too far removed from how NFL to college football recruiting works. Now he doesn't understand that no more. Now he needs education. So the fact that he says, I'm ashamed, people are telling him that he needs to be educated because he doesn't know how recruiting works. He was never recruited by any NFL teams. He was not recruited by a Major League Baseball team. This guy who played 3 sports is now the guy that needs education on recruiting, on how NFL works. So he doesn't know now. He's too far removed. You see what I'm saying, guys? There's an agenda for everything. You got to send someone out there and say, hey, listen, go clean that up. He's hot. He's too hot right now. Deion Sanders, forget about Coach Prime for a second. Deion Sanders is too hot right now. Go clean that up, Stephen A. Smith. You got to go clean that up. Because who are they going to send out there? Who are they going to send to talk about this? Who is worthy enough to tell Coach Prime that he needs education about recruiting? NFL at that. Who's worthy enough to let that come out of their mouth that Coach Prime needs education on recruiting? Who? Except the guy at one of the most powerful stations who has a lot of stake at the company, and where if he says something, it can go left or right. It doesn't matter. It can fall on him. He can take that fall. He sets it up in a good way. I like what Coach Prime is doing. I think he's doing great over there. I see you. And I think he's going to do great over there to change that program around. But I think he needs more education on how this works. Whoa. Be careful. Be careful with these people's talking mouths. Coach Prime needs no education on how recruiting works because he was recruited. He has kids who are being recruited. He sat in the seat over here. He sat in the seat over there. He's the only person that can talk on this, and he can educate you because he's been on both sides of the whole game. So what are you telling me, bro? Stephen A. Smith? Who needs the education? The person who's been on all sides of it needs education now? Why was he ashamed? Because he has more data on this than you. He has more information, more internal information. He's on all sides of it. He knows the working of these kids. He knows a dog when he sees a dog. He knows that these kids can run with anybody on any level. He knows that. That's why he's saying he's ashamed, because he knows the pipeline is not strong enough. He knows that. The pipeline, the look, the light is not bright enough. He's speaking on something much bigger than just saying, oh, you should have took my kids. It's not just about the kids that he coached. It's about the whole body of HBCUs that didn't get the look that they needed because the pipeline is not strong enough. You're telling me that he needs education. Did you forget he had a gold jacket? Education. Did you forget that he has kids that are being recruited to South Carolina? Did you forget that he has Shiloh? Did you forget that he has one of the most accurate arms in football, college football quarterbacks in his son Shador? And did you forget that he himself was a 3-sport athlete? The same guy who hit a home run and caught a touchdown pass in the same week? Are we forgetting? Is that the guy that needs education on recruiting? On the NFL draft? That's the guy that needs the education? I don't think he's the one that needs the education. I think what we need to do is we need to sit down and ask him more questions and understand why was he ashamed? Instead of all the talking heads, all the powerful talking heads, or all the people behind the scenes sending people and saying, please go get that because he's too hot right now. Anything Coach Prime says is amplified. You have to understand that. These networks are afraid of Coach Prime. He's too truthful. He's too open. We got to be careful because his base is too strong. Whatever he says, whatever he does, they're going to pick it up and they're going to run with it. We got to be careful. Let's get ahead of this. Let's send one of our guys to put the fire out. Y'all following me? So here comes Stephen A. Smith. He's the firefighter. So it's out there, right? One of my constituents was like, yo, Harry B., you should make a video talking about this. I said, I can't touch it. I know why. Most people are not interested in that topic. I had a response, and I could talk about this. But if I'm talking HBCU, NFL, y'all don't care. Most people don't care. But I want you guys to know that you cannot tell me that the guy with the gold jacket, the guy with the 2 football sons, need recruiting in education. They don't pass the smell test. He's ashamed for a reason. He's ashamed for a reason. A guy that is so intellectual, so introspective, and such a great talent, and then a beast of a coach and a motivator. For him to be the one that needs the education, and all of these talking heads are sitting back saying he needs the education, that he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to college, when it comes to NFL recruiting or NFL draft. I sat back and I was like, here we go again. Here it is. The fix is in. I knew the fix was in. I was like, oh, that's the fix right there. I said, that's the fix. Somebody said go put the fire out because his base is too strong. We don't need nothing. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need nothing to come out of, nope. Put that fire out right now. We don't need that fire to even get sparked by anyone. We don't even need Harry B to talk about it. We don't need any of them. Okay, any of the minions to go out there and put fire behind this. Coach Prime is the king for that. I need no other way to prove to you why Coach Prime is the king of college football. Because if your guy had that kind of power, where anything he says is amplified, anything. I know coaches have power. They can, anything they say, the at least the big ones, is amplified. But there's a difference when it comes to Coach Prime. When it comes to Coach Prime, anything he says, I guarantee you, it's going to be national headline. And people who don't even cover college football are going to be covering that. So, for the person that told me to cover this, I hope that was enough. I hope I did it justice, so that you can understand this ain't what it is. Not everything you see out there is what it is. HBCU talent is real talent. And the person that was the most talented person that is being talked about in the whole of sports. We all know football. We all understand that football is positional. Football, it's hard to have a superstar in football like you do in the NBA. Like a LeBron James, he's all of basketball. LeBron James. Kobe Bryant, his soul rests in power. Michael Jordan. It's very hard to say the same thing about football. Football is very positional. You might have the best wide receiver. You might have the best quarterback. Okay? Quarterbacks are usually like the superstars in football. But you have positions and the stars from those positions. But when it comes to Coach Prime, they say football, he's the guy. Why do I always have to say that? It's not my saying. I'm not the one who came up with that. When it comes to football and they said you go anywhere in the world and anywhere where people know about football and ask them, can you name one superstar football player, dead or alive? Most people are going to say Coach Prime, Deion Neon Sanders. That's the guy. And if somebody's not following all of this frenzy like we are, like all of us are, and you tell them, oh, guess what? Somebody said that Deion, he needed education in NFL drafting. They're like, what? They said Coach Prime need education? You mean the Deion, the one that caused all the touchdowns? He scored that Deion? Nah, something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with that. I'm talking about a country guy somewhere in Georgia. Yeah. So the fix is in. HBCUs, they got players. A dog is a dog. No matter how you spin it, a dog is a dog. And a dog can recognize another dog. Coach Prime is a dog. Okay? He understands football. He understands that the players that he was coaching that came into his presence, there's nobody more truthful to let you know that person wasn't a dog. So if he tells you that person was a dog and they needed to be drafted, a lot of them are signing contracts. So what they like to do is they like to get the HBCU players on the cheap. Because you sign a contract when it's a drafted person in the 7th round. When you go through all 7th rounds, there are things that are guaranteed. And unfortunately, guys, HBCU players, this is not a black or white thing. HBCU players, they always try to get them on the cheap. You can be undrafted person and go have a great career in the NFL, but most of the HBCU players are reserved for the cheap. They're going to be signed. They're going to be undrafted people. They're going to sign contracts and nothing is guaranteed for them. Their money's not guaranteed. Their position's not guaranteed. I believe you have like a 3-year. Like you have to, if they draft you in one of those seventh rounds, you are locked in for like a certain amount of money for at least 3 years. So, and they can't do nothing about that. You got drafted. That's it. Whether you're a bust or you're not a bust, they got to. You are guaranteed to get paid. So the HBCU players, they get them on the cheap. That's just the world that we live in. And Coach Prime is tired of his HBCU people being bought on the cheap. And if I was to have any insight into that, I would say that's probably one of the reasons why he said he was ashamed. That they always got to get us on the cheap. Okay? That when they, when they come and start looking for us, they get us on the cheap. That's my perspective. That's what it boils down to. BWB, bandwagon buffs, we are a strong community. We are one of the toughest communities in college football. Not even with Coach Prime. We are one of the toughest communities in college football. BWB is going to be everywhere. When the season starts, there's going to be people in different stadiums hearing BWB. I'm going to make sure of that. I got some things coming, okay? We're going to be everywhere. People are going to know us because we speak the truth. We're not delusional. We try to be fair. We try to be on both sides, try to understand it from both sides. And we're not we're not better than nobody. We just want to be clear about the truth. It's fair. That's what we're about. So BWB, we're going to be the toughest fans in all of college football. I saw something about Scottie Pippen not being a great player who didn't get paid what he should have been paid. Yeah. Man, there's so many stories. We can go all night with that one. Coach Prime is smart. He can stream his own content in other places. He can stream his. All right. Nobody asked him why he believed or thought that before they disagreed. Yeah. I mean, you're not, at that point, you're not. He says something and we got to get ahead of it. That's the name of the game. You say something to one of the biggest names and one of the most fiery, controversial person or people in the game, you get ahead of that quickly. You put that fire out quickly because if that catches fire, we're going to be Colin Kaepernick all over again. Okay? I guarantee you, we're going to be, the NFL does not need, we just had what? We just had Irvin. Michael Irvin, we had Irvin. We were done with Colin Kaepernick. We had Irvin. The NFL, it's getting out of situations. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to figure out themselves what's going on. And they don't need Coach Prime on them. Trust me. You do not want a Coach Prime problem on your hands. Because if you look at how college football is going right now, everybody's talking about Coach Prime. People who were not even covering Coach Prime in a couple of months ago are now covering Coach Prime. So trust me. I think I even saw something where Mace and what was the other rapper name from Harlem was talking about Coach Prime. I was like, what is this? I was like, wait a minute. Cameron, I believe it was Mace and Cameron. They were on a video talking about Coach Prime. I was like, yo, we that deep? son. Yeah, we in there. Y'all got to understand, like, I mean, they got people, the hip hop is now in there. I know Rick Ross was at the game, but I'm talking about like commentary, not like, oh, rappers are saying, yo, Coach P is gonna be doing this thing. I'm talking about they on a show giving commentary on Coach Prime. I'm like, what? Yeah, that's, if you don't understand why we the king and why we rule y'all, why we run y'all detractors, you should understand why. Because everybody's talking about our guy. Because our guy is the guy that their guy is always talking about. BWB merch is now available. Get it in the description, guys. You can get the merch. TLP Sports Club merch is available, guys. You can get a mug, a hoodie, a t-shirt. You can get everything. All right. Any questions in the comments before we close this out, guys? Anything anybody wants to say? And I will give you an opportunity if you want to come on, if your house is clean and you don't care about your background. Anybody wants to come on here and voice their opinion on a Sunday as I close out. What up, guys? How y'all doing in the comments over there? Yeah, Coach Prime is definitely, as far as divine guidance, he's on another level with it. I don't know personally. I cannot vouch personally about his Christianity and his faith. I see the same thing you guys see in what he says. And he's a believer. He believes on a strong level. I tell my kids that faith is a muscle. Treat faith like a muscle that you have to work out. And that faith grows when you test it and something happens, it grows and it keeps growing. It keeps growing. So he's been testing his faith in a lot of things. He's won some things. He's lost some things, but he's standing on the W's that he's had. He's lost some things, not for sure, but he's had a lot of W's. You know, he's real. He told how he came to Christ. Yes. I know how. Yeah, he told me he was like in some hotel or something like that. I know. Yeah, he was going through a tough time, and he was going through some situations, and God came to the rescue. So yeah, I mean, I know Coach Prime Christ story. I know it, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, somebody. Not everybody that says God is if you understand what I'm saying, like, yeah, but since he's done that, where he's at with his faith, that's a conversation him and I can talk about. If I ever meet him, we'll just chop it up. Be like, yo, where you at with your faith, coach? Like, you always out there praying, and you got these people upset. You got all these people writing letters to the university, bruh, and they're talking about, you shouldn't be praying to these kids. Like, where you at, bruh? What church you go to? Like, who's your pastor, bruh? I know you don't have to share all of that stuff, but I'll just chop it up with him. Like, yo, who's your pastor? How is he? You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying? Like, what are some of the things that I know that you can't win everything, so you good, like God, you and God, you're good, like that. We'll chop it up like men. We'll chop it up like real men. And I will ask him some questions about his faith, because I'm a man of faith. So we'll talk football, but I can definitely talk about some faith stuff. Consider what happened to Muhammad Ali, and he eventually came back strong. Mash that like button. Yes, sir. Anybody questions, guys? Y'all got anything? Y'all put in the comments. How y'all feeling out there as far as like everything that's going on now? All the everything that I just flipped about. How y'all feeling out there? He already put it out there. He ain't backing down. He doesn't care what men think. That's for sure. Like, I mean, yeah. A lot of people, they say stuff about me, and I'm jacking content. But if I sit there and I start worrying about how many people are telling me that I want to be like this creator, I want to be like that creator, if I worried about that, I don't think I'll be at 5K. If I'm sitting there, I don't think I will go out in the streets of Boulder and interview the people. I don't care. Like, you say what you want to say, and then I don't really care. Say that I'm biting. So if another creator went on the streets and did interviews, then I would be the one biting. You see what I'm saying? If another creator went and did the tailgates first, and then I put out my tailgates like weeks later, because when I got home, I was exhausted and I'm having to wait a little bit before putting the tailgate out, then I'm biting, because now I'm doing it. So if you sit there and you worry about what people think, it's hard for you to win, or it's for you to make your next move. I'm not sitting here waiting for nobody or thinking like, yo, this person is doing this, so I can't do that. If I do something and somebody already covered it, it was just a happy coincidence. Or I covered it better than they did. I saw them cover it, and I'm like, let me talk about that and see. And then I talk about it, my people being here going crazy with it. So I'm like, hey, listen, if they're covering it, doesn't mean I can't cover it. Because, so you mean the Ja Morant situation? Stephen A couldn't cover it because Shannon Sharp covered it? That's interesting. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works, bruh. Coach Prime definitely doesn't worry about anybody. Excuse me. But, when we meet, I said when. I think when we meet, I don't know that I'll be talking about a lot of the stuff that we're talking about here. Because when I meet people for real in person, I'm not going to bring up stuff that's in the media. I'm a real person. I want to know how you as a human being, are you okay? Like, how are you? I worry about people's soul. I worry about their spirit. Like, yo, you good? We got you, right? Like, you all right? I know you're not worrying about us, so I'm not going to be there. Oh, what do you think about Montana lemonious-craig? How would you? I do. He's bent off of that. He's way bent off of that. You know what I'm saying? And he's praying for these kids. And what y'all not understanding, he's at his kid's house. They're kicking it. They're still buddies. That's not no love lost. It's only on us in the media that we make a big deal. We blow things up. That's what we do. We the ones blowing things up. These people don't live in their real life. Coach Prime is a man living his dream while everybody else is going crazy. Excuse me. We're out here going crazy, but he's trying to fulfill a dream. As a coach, it's a next step, next chapter in his life. But we're the one going all crazy about it. And he's having fun. Like, bro, enjoy it, bro. Coach Prime, enjoy your life, bro. Do what you got to do. Enjoy it. I know we're going to create pressure because that's just what we do. Bro, enjoy Boulder. Enjoy your life. I know you are. So you ain't got to take that from me. So it is what it is. Anything else, guys? Put your content out there. Whatever news channels cover a lot of the same stories with different perspectives. Yeah. Be slating, man. I appreciate you, man. That's what it is, yo. So if you guys ever see a cover story, if you ever see a story out there, and I'm covering it too, just know that I'm bringing up a different perspective. Let them do it first. I'll do it better. John Birch says, save all of your content because you are a part of this history in the making. Oh, man, I got hard drives. Are you kidding me? Bruh, I got like 3 of these things. I need to get another one. I got a smaller one, but I got like 3 of these things on the rise. I need another one for sure. Did anybody else do street interviews? Has anybody else done street interviews? I haven't seen those street interviews yet. Are we the first? I don't know. I don't want to say I'm the first or the only one doing it. Are we the only ones doing street interviews? And can anybody tell me? Have y'all? I know y'all watch a lot of content. Is anybody else out there interviewing the people, seeing what's happening on the streets? In the comments, are you? I don't know. I plan on doing more street interviews. I plan on covering the games. But this is going to take a lot of finances because the games are back to back, and that's a lot of traveling, hotels. And when I travel with my crew. Like, you see my family, that's my crew. Of course, I'm going to add some professionals as the channel grows, but right now that's all I got. So yeah, my son's going to be on camera. So we're going to be going to the games though, for real. I'm going to be covering the games. I'm hoping to get in there with the school, the Rick George, get to know Harry B, and gives me, I get cool with him and we're good, and I can cover the team because I feel like I can add value. I know I don't want to say it here because I know people are listening, but I have some plans. I have some things that I want to do to add some value. Some things that I'm not seeing that I feel like I can add because we're, what I'm saying? We're like the outside people. I feel like they need somebody from the outside in. And I'm hoping that I could be the outside guy. If I can be the outside guy, I'll represent BWB. I will get you guys some great content. So y'all be praying, man. I'm praying. I'm believing that I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in there. If I get in there, I'm gonna make sure I get some fire content. I got some stuff already ready to go. When they say go, I'll be ready. So y'all know that I'll be ready. I'll be ready to go as soon as I can get Rick George to let me in there. I know it's a university. They have certain rules about outsiders, but I can only help. I can only help. I can't take away. There's no way. I can only help. And it might be cool for them to let me in. If they let me in, it'll be good for the university too. because I'm putting the university out there, like, for sure. All right, I'm doing that. But does anybody know? Have y'all seen any street interviews? I'm just asking because I'm nosy. If you're seeing any street interviews as far as, like, anybody else asking about, hey guys, what y'all doing? Yeah. Oh man, we had a lot of fun at the tailgate. The tailgate was fun. Let me tell y'all something about the food in Boulder. We're not faking when we say this stuff is good. If you see my body, if you see how I am, I love food. The hot dog from that the hot dog at the tailgate. If you guys watch the tailgate party, the tailgate video, that hot dog, the dudes on Instagram, that hot dog was smacking. Like, yo, if you didn't get to the part where I started saying how much the hot dog smacked at that tailgate party, y'all gotta go watch that video from the tailgate party, from the tailgate, and get the information. I can't remember right now. But that, if you live in Colorado and you're throwing a party, get that guy to come and cater your party, because yo, that hot dog smacks. I've never had hot dogs like that before. I was like, how do you make hot dogs? This is supposed to be like mystery meat mixed up and tied together. Why did you make it so daggone good? Hot dog smack. And then the first full interview where I have the pizza, where we're in the pizza joint, the pizza in the HyPoCRIsy, I believe that was on that was Fortune, what's the mall? Pearl Street Mall. That HyPoCRIsy place, I'm telling you, we live in New York and we have New York. There's nothing like New York pizza, okay? I know wherever you're from, you're about to start spamming me, okay? But I'm telling you, the pizza at HyPoCRIsy, that pizza was great pizza. The crust, like sometimes when you eat pizza, the crust is a little chewy, but the crust is like nice and crunchy. And as soon as you bite into it, the first bite, you get the flavor. Like anybody that's in Boulder, like you guys will understand, like you get the flavor right away. It's like sometimes you put food in your mouth. You know how like when you have a taste test on screen or on video, and as soon as the person put the food in their mouth, they're like, oh my gosh, like there's no way your taste bugs reacted that quickly to the daggone food. Like stop playing with me. That's not how taste test works. Your taste bugs need a few seconds to consume the stuff, and work out whatever they do, whatever taste bugs do. What I'm telling you, I love food, okay? Let me turn, you see my cheeks? I earned this dad bod. I love food. The pizza at that place, the first taste, it only takes a few seconds for you to get all of the flavors. You would taste the oregano, you would taste everything. It's all there, and it just blows up, and it's just great. It was a great flavor pizza. It was great. I love the pizza there. I was not faking, because I know somebody in the comments said, "Bro, I'm from Harlem. Though you don't have to put up front with these people that the pizza's trash." The pizza was not trash. I promise you. I've had pizza from Staten Island, from Harlem, from the streets. I'm like this the dirty carts. And some of the best pizzas from those dirty carts. Like, I've had pizza all over New York. I used to run all over New York when I got here in 2006. Okay? I ran all over the place. So I have pizza from everywhere. I was in every borough, everywhere. So I've had New York pizza, and it's great. Okay? Nothing really compares to a New York slice. The slices are like this big. If you get a New York slice is this big, two people have to hold it up, and the thing is dripping. But yeah. But the pizza there, HyPoCRIsy, I believe that's the name. Yeah, that pizza was good. That was really good pizza. When you get to Boulder and you go to Pearl Street Mall, try that pizza, and you're gonna come back and thank me. Be like, yo, Harry B, that pizza was really smacking. You was right. I didn't get to go other places because it was a short period of time, but the pizza was great. There was another content creator that some of those hot dogs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about the tailgate. People. There's a lot of great content. The Black News Network, man, that guy's good. Black News, like BLK News Network. I like that guy, man. It seems like they take their time. He takes his time. He does the research, and then when he present his stuff, it's like it feels right. And I'm like, this is the kind of content that I like. I feel like, this person gets it, and I like that. I like Chico. Obviously, I like Chico. I like football. Life for football. Life is football. He's getting the interviews. I want to get interviews. I'm trying to work it out. Like, how do I get interviews? So I like that content. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the interview. The dude from Florida got the accent, got the southern accent. I like dude, man. He seems like really good people, and I like good people, like genuinely good people. And when you're a good person, man, just like Chris, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Chris from Alpine Garage Sports, I really like him because he's a good person. You can tell, like, good people. So yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna leave it there. I really appreciate you. Please go ahead and start getting your BWB merch, your TLP merch. It's all at the bottom of the video. Spread shirt. I got the link in the description. I mean, I stopped spazzing, and like a lot of y'all are still here rocking with me. So I appreciate you. I thank you for rocking with me. I will see you on the next video. But I had to come on here. I didn't want to have to deal with editing, and then you guys weren't going to get this video probably until like way later. So that's why I said, let me just come on here and let me get it out. Let me spaz one more. I'm going to keep spazzing. Don't think that I'm not going to spaz, okay? Right now I'm using my computer, but I'm going to be doing this with my cameras and stuff. I'm just waiting to I'm researching the right capture device so that I can stream with my camera and the real equipment so I can look like the way that I look on camera. But this is my computer that I'm streaming on. But I thank you guys for rocking with me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're at 5,200. Let me see where we at real quick. We're getting there, but we're not really quite there yet. You know what I'm saying? So we are 5,233. If you like the content and you guys have been rocking with the content, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'll keep bringing that fire content. The next thing I'm dropping is going to be the second portion of the street interviews from Boulder, Pearl Street interviews. So the Pearl Street Mall street interviews. I got those two kids. I got I actually got the rugby, the president of the rugby at CU. I interviewed him. And he has some things to say about Coach Prime. So y'all will get that interview coming up. Yeah, I didn't even know he was the president. So he showed up, and I was like, oh, you're the president of the rugby? Rugby's almost like football. He showed up. I have him on the interview, and I have a few more interviews. And while we were there, you guys noticed, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but we actually had some people recognize us, and they were shouting, BWB, Harry B, what's up? We love you. So that was really exciting. So we out here. We out here, man. We out here. All right, guys. So thank you for watching. You know who I am. I'm Harry B. And that right there was the Liberian Perspective. TLP Sports Club. Blah.